2 for $9 in sneaky snackies all week long. Open late weekends at 7 Mile Beach in Red Bay till midnight on Thursdays and 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Full menu at BurgerKing.ky.
We were set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record.
For the Record. 1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett
Connor. Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is Friday, the 13th day of September 2024, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. Yes, folks, Friday the 13th, but pay no attention to it whatsoever. Just treat it like any other day as well. So, we hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road. Remember, the life you save may just be your own. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, we want to wish you a happy birthday. Or if you celebrated one over the past few days, a belated happy birthday to you as well. And to remind you that the For the Record birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Those of you who have lost loved ones, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery as well. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension, For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the very busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open, and this morning, folks, this is a special morning for you, special show, because we will dedicate the entire show to allow you, our listening audience, to call in and share your Ivan stories, your Ivan experiences with us. We know that, yes, we had a show on Monday, we had a show on Wednesday, but we had lots of guests in the studio, so the phone calls were few and far apart, if any. So this whole show is dedicated towards you, allowing you to call in as well. Of course, we still have our commercials because still have to pay the bills as well. And for those of you who are following us on YouTube at the moment, you would probably say, oh, OC's all dolled up today. What is it all dressed up about? Well, I'll make the announcement before the end of the show. I'll tell you why I'm all dressed up, the announcement. Even though nomination day, the Parliament hasn't been prorogued yet, and nomination day has not been announced, but I will tell you why I'm all dressed up today as well. So remember, our toll-free number is open, 1-800-534-8255, also 949-8037, 949-6990, or WhatsApp number 925-3261 as well. So first of all, let's look at the birthday shout-outs today. And we want to send out special birthday greetings going out to Jackson Hennessy. He's 7 years old today, and birthday greetings are coming from his nana, Miss Martha Watler, who is one of our colleagues right here at Radio Cayman. So happy birthday greetings going out to Jackson Hennessy from Miss Martha and the rest of the family with lots of love. So Hennessy, 7 years old, enjoy your birthday today, and I'm sure that they're going to have a big bash for you later on today, if not today, on the weekend as well. So you enjoy it, young man. Also, we see that Member of Parliament and Parliamentary Secretary, Miss Heather Diane Borden, celebrate her birthday. She's celebrating her birthday today as well. So happy birthday greetings going out to Miss Heather Borden. We know that Lord Graham celebrated his birthday 3 days ago. So he'll get another belated happy birthday greetings coming from us here at Radio Cayman as well. If you know someone who's celebrating a birthday today, we encourage you to please send that information in to us. Our WhatsApp number 925-3261. And tell your friends and family. This show today dedicated to the commemorating the passing of Hurricane Ivan, and this show is for our listeners and our viewers, give you an opportunity to call in and talk about your experiences during Hurricane Ivan, or your views on where we are today since Hurricane Ivan, 20 years on. We know that we've seen many jurisdictions who have taken long periods of time to recover, even in developed countries. Look at New York, and after Hurricane Sandy as well. Some people still haven't recovered from that yet. So here in the Cayman Islands, we did an excellent job as far as recovery is concerned. It could not have been done without the dedication, without the resilience of the people of the Cayman Islands as well. So we have another birthday greeting to God, belated birthday greetings going out to Pastor Tevita from Tonga. Hope I pronounced that right. Tevita from Tonga. So belated happy birthday greetings going out there as well. Here's what we're going to do. I want to remind you also, normally you would be accustomed to having Silver Fox, Mr. Paul Akal, behind the controls this morning, but it is our pleasure to have in the studio behind the controls none other than DJ Lynn there as well. DJ Lynn, why can we do this? Can we take the early commercial break? Because when we return, we're going to treat you with a poem from a special person about Hurricane Ivan as well. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. Stay close to the dials as well so that you can call in and tell us about your experiences. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
On June 22, 1863, the Act for the Government of the Cayman Islands became law, which made all British acts that were valid in Jamaica apply to the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands were made subordinate to Jamaica in two respects. First, the Supreme Court of Jamaica was to have jurisdiction over islands for legal action which could not lawfully be tried in the Cayman Islands, and it gave the Governor of Jamaica the right to exercise authority over the Cayman Islands. Although certain powers were reserved for Jamaica, the local legislator in Cayman was finally recognized.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
The sale you've been waiting for is here. Brand Source Home Gallery's custom closet and kitchen cabinet sale is now through September 30th. Save 20% on closets, pantries, Murphy beds, wall units, media centers, and that long overdue kitchen cabinet makeover. Our designers will create your dream closet or kitchen. Choose from our in-stock selection or special order and have installed before December. Shop now and save 20% with Brand Source Home Gallery's custom closet and kitchen cabinet sale. Hurry, sale ends September 30th. Visit us at 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, or call 623-5000.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. A special edition this morning, again dedicated to our listeners and our viewers. Before we provide you with the special treat that we have other birthday greetings. Stephanie Brooks celebrating her birthday today, as well as Benton Connolly. Dorothy Davis also celebrating a birthday today. Damian Charles celebrating a birthday today as well. Tomorrow we have Effie Colon celebrating her birthday. Jocelyn Marshall celebrating her birthday tomorrow. Miss Winsome Hill celebrating a birthday tomorrow as well. Miss Jen Dixon celebrating her birthday tomorrow. And on Sunday, Jessie Moore, Diane Brown, Kendrick Ebanks, all celebrating a birthday. So, folks, our own Miss Susan Watson, Radio Cayman's Miss Susan Watson, composed a poem about Hurricane Ivan, and we're going to share that with you now. It's about 5 minutes long, so we're going to share the entire thing with you with some background music, accompanied with some background music as well. DJ Lynn, let it roll.
Hurricane Ivan struck Grand Cayman in 2004, mashing up all of the land with destruction galore. Howling winds at 165, it felt like 205. Thank God we're still alive. Remember them crabs that covered our yards? Them old people say it's a sign of a bad hurricane in time. Many fled on Cayman Air Jet, but don't fret, tourists will return to watch our sunsets yet. Ivan loomed for 36 hours. We prayed hour by hour, but out went the power. Crippled with fear as the water drew near. Wind, rain, and sea surge rushed in. Roofs flew high in the sky. All we could do was cry and sigh. Our prized possessions washed away before our very eyes, seeking higher ground from the storm's eerie cries. Places we knew, now unrecognizable. Everywhere I turned, I saw blue tarps. Ivan's mark unmistakable. Insurance man, don't be mean. Here's my claim. What do you mean uninsured? My eyes now sharp like a captain of the seas, scrutinizing every word with ease. With not a cent to pay my rent, mortgages due, we placed our hands under our chin, bowed our heads, giving thanks to Him. In the face of loss, we found our grace. In unity and faith, we embrace. Our trees once green, now uprooted and brown. The earth soaked and heavy from Ivan's pound. Demolished buildings, shattered dreams in its wake. It broke our hearts, but our spirit wouldn't break. The noisy hum of generators filled the air. We played dominoes beneath the open sky without a care. Cooking outside, sharing meals as time went by. Corned beef, sardines, and tuna fish not on our wish list, but it was surely our special dish. Ivan so harsh and unkind, rich and poor all in a line. What a sight to see, that's the way it came to be. prices soared high. One bag of ice cost $3. Oh, it made me wanna holler. I tell you no lie. The mosquitoes, the fly, they all dance to the beat in this relentless heat. They looted my generator, placed a lawnmower instead. This thing peeing my head. I cried out to the creator, please come to my defense. Emotions and humidity was intense. In the chaos of Ivan, nothing made sense. All around a mess, oh what a stress, but the people full of zest. Cayman will rise again with some help from our friends. East End, North Side, Bordentown, South Sound and Georgetown gather round. Breakers, Peace Bay, Savannah Newlands, West Bay and 7 Mile. We will rebuild. You hear what I say? Sports Prospect, Red Bay. Listen to what I say. We have to be strong. We cleared the debris, searched the rubble, found only soaked memories by the double. Cayman, we must unite, come together, love one another with all our might. Hurricane Ivan came with a force, left pure destruction in its course. But thank God we survived. Ivan was savage. It plowed through Grenada, Bonaire, Jamaica, and Grand Cayman, causing billions in damages. The Met Office, EOC, HSA, and Cayman Islands Fire Service, RCIPS, GIS, Cable and Wireless, Net News, Cayman Compass, and Radio Cayman all stood tall. God bless you all. Water Authority, CUC, and friends, you were a godsend. Thanks for the information, water and light. Cayman Brack and Little Cayman played their part, opening up their homes and heart. Caymanians united like never before, a wonderful sight, strength at our core. After Ivan, we recovered swiftly, rebuilt stronger, flourishing together. We pray for shelter from future storms, for brighter dawns and peaceful norms. Cayman community on a gather near, with thankful hearts. Ivan's gone, skies are clear. Together, Cayman strong, year by year.
Folks, we want to thank our own Miss Susan Watson for that, and just to remind her to make sure that she registers that as her intellectual property as well. Make sure that no one copies it, and it is a strong reminder, and that poem should be with us for years to come, way past my years and others as well. So again, want to preserve something Caymanian, can't get anything more natural and more Caymanian than that, coming from Miss Susan Watson as well. This other person says, my morning limerick. There once came a guy from the east who tore up Grand Cayman with grease. A full disaster on a freight train, hurricane sang this refrain. Those rafters and cars were a feast. Yeah, the cars were a feast, of course, and the rafters, many roofs lost, many cars left damaged, destroyed. The BMWs, the Mercedes-Benz, and then, of course, those that were functional. After that, we had those persons who were leaving the Cayman Islands in a hurry as quickly as they went as quickly as Ivan came. A lot of them left their cars right stranded on the roads of the Cayman Islands as well, parked on the roadside because there was no parking at the airport for them, and they just left them there, and some of them never returned to the Cayman Islands as well. We have a caller, but before we go to the caller, I have one birthday message that I'd like to share with you, and they want to wish their happy birthday to their son Dylan Whitaker, coming from his mom and dad. They say that he's a hurricane baby as well. He's 20 years old today. We are so proud of our son and love him so much. And that is Dylan Whitaker, coming from your mom and from your dad. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Connor, and happy Friday to you.
Good morning, and the same to you. Thank you.
First, I want to tell you that yellow tie is really, really striking. It looks very nice on you.
Thank you. I have a photo shoot with GQ later on today.
Okay, that's what it is.
GQ magazine.
Very nice tie.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You said it's open mic this morning for remembering hurricane.
Yes. And you're only going to have about 3 minutes or so, but you're going to be welcome to call back later on as well, because the entire show is going to be dedicated to people calling in to give, to talk about it as well.
Right. Yes. Well, I just wanted to say that I was the owner of a precast home during Hurricane Ivan, and I can tell you that home was the smallest home in my entire development, and that home was the only home that withstood Hurricane Ivan better than any other home. My home was 1173 square foot, and the other homes were over 1,200 square foot.
Mm-hmm.
At 1,200 square feet, and my home withstood the hurricane the best out of all homes in that area. So I would highly recommend precast homes. I know the standards for construction has changed since that, but I would highly recommend those precast homes, because I understood other people did well with those homes. But me and my kids were in our home alone. They were pretty young, all under age 10. During Ivan, and it was a frightening experience, because we could see the winds come, the waves come over from the Spots dock and come down. But we just want to say we have so much to be thankful for, for Ivan, considering all the damage that we had sustained. So forward to the show today to hear other people's experiences.
Question before you go: what type of roof did you have on your house?
I had a shingle roof, and actually only about 5 or 6 shingles came off of my roof. I do believe my roof, my entire roof was it didn't come off the house, because I actually had planning come in while the house was being constructed and reinforce the roof with the reinforcements there, the
hurricane straps
and the rafters. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I think that contributed a lot too. But I did have what did I just call those? The
rafters?
No, the shingles.
The shingles. Okay.
Yes. So that was it.
Yes, because we know after Hurricane Ivan, what became popular in the Cayman Islands was the standing seam roof, because what people discovered was that those houses with standing seam roofs, their roofs seem to survive much better than those with shingles, as well. But thank you very much for that. But please feel free to call back. You may want to talk about your experiences during Hurricane Ivan and the observations that you have made with your children since then, in terms of any sort of effect that Hurricane Ivan may have had on them as well. But thank you. Thank you very much, folks. We reached that time, top of the hour, our 8 o'clock news. Don't forget, call in, let your friends know. We always get complaints. You don't have enough time to talk, or the phone lines aren't open. The politicians, they want to be on the show, but they don't want to take calls and stuff like that. Well, we're going to be taking calls this morning, because this show is dedicated exclusively to you. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
All right, Mr. O.C., thank you very much. The time is now 8 a.m. and is brought to you in part by Foster's.
West Bay, are you ready?
The new look Foster's Republics is now open.
With a spacious new deli, a cheese lover's fromagerie, a hot new bakery, a coffee and juice bar, and the ultimate made-to-order breakfast, burgers, pizzas, sandwiches, and Asian stations.
Our fresh produce and meat selections have grown and are serving only the best.
And you're going to want to stop and smell the roses in our gorgeous new floral apartment, where something blooms every day. Discover the new Foster's Republics in West Bay. Bigger and better because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The
8 a.m. News is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller.
This project has been years in the making and is a true reflection of what can be achieved when a community works together with a shared vision and purpose.
Chief Officer in the Ministry of Tourism, Strand Bodden, at Thursday night's groundbreaking ceremony for the Central Scranton Community Park. Construction is already underway on the first phase of the project, a community youth center. Tourism Minister, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan, who is also the MP for Georgetown Central, outlined the vision for the park, describing it as a place that will bring the community together.
I can't wait for the park to be filled with life, filled with laughter, with moms and dads and children from all over the Cayman Islands sharing moments together.
The 3-acre development will include a multi-purpose sports court, 360-degree lighting, green space, and a wishing well. Heads up for drivers this weekend. The National Roads Authority is doing, quote, essential paving works between 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Sunday on the eastern-bound lanes of the Linford-Pearson Highway. So the road will be closed between the CUC roundabout and the Alamo roundabout pending weather. And a tribute show for the late Dave Martins was hosted by the Cayman National Cultural Foundation and supported by the Ministry of Culture earlier this week. CEO of the CNCF, Natalie Urquhart, was one of many to honor the passing of the former chairman of the National Cultural Foundation, celebrated musician, and creator of local comedy review Rundown.
When Dave arrived in the Cayman Islands, our formal cultural infrastructure was still in a fledgling state. Of course, CNCF was created in 1984. It was a time of rapid economic and social change, and traditional ways of life and cultural norms were under threat. From the very start, he was passionate about helping Cayman become the vibrant and culturally confident country that we are today.
We're learning to live life more or less as it comes, taking it light. Sleeping easy at night.
Featured throughout the tribute to Mr. Martins were video montages from close family friends, a testimonial from his daughter, a skit, a performance by Swanky Kitchen Band, and a tribute from the Trade Winds Band, which Mr. Martins was a part of. He passed away in August at the age of 90. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. Russia says it is expelling 6 British diplomats, accusing them of spying and sabotage. Dismissing the allegations as baseless, Britain said 6 diplomats had their accreditation revoked many weeks ago, though the statement didn't make clear whether these were the same 6. The EU's chief diplomat says the bloc is considering tightening sanctions against Iran over its supply of ballistic missiles to Russia. It comes days after the US imposed its own sanctions on Iran and Russia. China says it will raise the retirement age for men to 63 from 60. Most women will stop working at 58, not 55. China has a rapidly growing number of old people and a declining birth rate. North Korea has for the first time released photographs of the machines used to make fuel for its nuclear bombs. They show the country's leader, Kim Jong-un, visiting a uranium enrichment facility. Thousands of Boeing workers have begun the first strike at the US plane maker in 16 years. The stoppage is expected to halt most of the company's commercial plane manufacturing. China has fined the accountancy firm PwC $62 million for inadequately auditing the property developer Evergrande. Officials said the accountants had failed to notice that Evergrande inflated its sales and profits by billions of dollars. The High Court in London has quashed approval for Britain's first new deep coal mine in 3 decades. It said the decision to grant planning permission had been legally flawed because it assumed the mine wouldn't produce a net increase in greenhouse gas emissions. Tributes are being paid to the South African anti-apartheid activist and former minister Pravin Gordhan, who has died from cancer at the age of 75. President Cyril Ramaphosa described him as an outstanding leader. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. News is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At Value Med Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit Value Med Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with Value Med Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Water Authority Cayman is building a resilient network to face the storms of the season. Because of our commitment to ensuring our customers have access to water during the hurricane season, the Water Authority has been investing in the development of our critical infrastructure, increasing our water storage capacity with 2 new reservoirs and increasing our water production capacity with the construction of a new reverse osmosis plant. Visit www.waterauthority.ky to learn how you can get your home ready for the hurricane season.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.ky or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
The 8 a.m. weather update, brought to you by CG Britcade, where people come first.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. Don't lie on your resume. Because if you say you've got trapeze experience, someone might shoot you out of a cannon and expect you to do a gymnast routine while flying through the air at 82 miles an hour. And just because you want to land on your feet doesn't mean you will. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance, so you get the best coverage for the price.
Get the best coverage for the price. CG Britcade. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Good morning with a look at the weather at this time. Officially brought to you by the Public Weather Forecast, National Cayman Islands Weather Service. Synopsis indicate lingering moisture along with light winds across the Northwest Caribbean is likely to trigger some isolated thunder showers this afternoon. Meanwhile, a tropical wave located east of Jamaica is expected to move across the Cayman area tomorrow morning, bringing a slight increase in chance of cloudiness and showers. Radar images show isolated showers in and around the Cayman area, drifting towards the southwest. The NHC continues to issue advisories on post-tropical cyclone Francine over the south-central U.S. and tropical depression 7 over the eastern Atlantic Ocean. Further information can be found online at www.nhc.noaa.gov. The system poses no threat to the Cayman Islands. Throughout the day, you can expect partly cloudy skies with about 30% chances of afternoon showers and possible thunder. Temperatures will rise to the mid-90s with a heat index of 110 degrees. Winds will be east to southeast between 5 knots or less, becoming light to variable at times. Seas expected to be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. And later on tonight, you can expect partly cloudy skies with about 30% chances of overnight showers, possible thunder, and temperatures will fall to the low 80s. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 knots or less, becoming light to variable at times. Seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. Take a look at the tides. Low tide takes place today at 11:56 a.m. and the high tide at 6:54 p.m. Sunset at Cayman Islands 6:28 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow 6:13 a.m. bright and early. outlook is for a decrease in cloudiness and showers from tomorrow afternoon as the tropical wave moves west of the Cayman area, and continued light winds are expected for the next few days, which could trigger some localized afternoon thunder showers.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first. Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue new policies or increases when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call the insurance professionals at Cayman Insurance Center 949-4657 or email info@cic.com.ky. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Cayman Insurance Center's insurance professionals today at 949-4657.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway. And good morning to the drivers of the beautiful Cayman Islands. Take a look coming up from the east right now. Smooth flowing traffic right down the east-west arterial right in front of the Prospect Lantern Point area at this time. Things will begin to slow down as you head towards the Lion Center roundabout and on towards Linford Pearson Highway. Bit of delays as you head on towards the airport area in front of the Jose Station. And alternating flow traffic right now at the C&B roundabout. Clear flowing traffic right now on Shedden Road and Edward Street in town as you head on towards the Seafarers Way. Take a look coming in from the west. Everything is running smooth by the Ritz-Carlton area. And at this time by the roundabout, Industrial Park, things are not too bad as you head on towards Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue. No incidents are reported this time. Do drive safe and buckle up, Cayman.
The rich flavors of Italy just arrived at Subway. Say ciao to the Italianos. Our 3 new Subway Series recipes, carefully crafted with an Italian flair. Try the Hot Shot Italiano for an enticing and zesty touch. The tastier than ever Ultimate BMT, generously stuffed with a mix of ham, pepperoni, and salami. Or go all in with a creamy chicken bacon Alfredo. New Subway Series Italianos. Chef-crafted greatness in every bite. Elevate your game only at Subway. Delizioso.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
The end of summer sale is happening now through September 14th at Beacon Furniture, offering discounts on selected furniture, 20% off lamps, and 50% off selected cushions. Refresh your home with gorgeous pieces from Beacon Furniture and save. Visit us at 386 Shamrock Road, opposite the Seafarers Hall. Call us at 943-2500 or check our website at www.beaconfurniture.ky. Beacon Furniture. Buy it today and have it in your home tonight.
September 2024 is World Alzheimer's Month, and this year the theme is Time to Act on Dementia, Time to Act on Alzheimer's. This global campaign aims to raise awareness, challenge stigma, and highlight the positive actions taken worldwide to create a more dementia-friendly society. Dementia is a term for progressive brain disorders that impact memory, thinking, behavior, and emotions. Alzheimer's and vascular dementia make up about 90% of cases. While we can't change our genes or stop aging, we can lower our dementia risk by staying active, eating well, and socializing. Maintaining heart health by avoiding smoking and excessive alcohol also reduces the risk of dementia and other diseases. Join the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association's district meetings to learn more about diagnosis, care, and support. Dates will be announced on Radio Cayman through your constituency offices and district community officers. For more information, please call 924-4170.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Today is your day. We continue to commemorate the passing of Hurricane Ivan right here in the Cayman Islands. You represent the past, you represent the present, You have been extremely grateful. You have been tremendously resilient as the people of the Cayman Islands as well. So this is your day dedicated to allow you to call in. We're going to intersperse those birthday greetings, with the callers as well. We do have a caller on hold very quickly, though. We, again, Mr. Benton Connolly's birthday today. I think we mentioned him earlier, but a special birthday greetings going out to him also from his sister, who works right here at Radio Cayman, the deputy director, Miss Orrett Connor. So happy birthday greetings going out to him as well. We've also been asked to send out birthday greetings to Haley Chamont, who's celebrating her 20th birthday today. She's also an Ivan baby. Birthday greetings are coming from her dad, Philip, brothers PJ, Malachi, and sister Sarah, and all of the rest of the family. We pray God's blessing for many, many more, and enjoy your very special day. Those are greetings going out to Haley Chamont coming from her entire family. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, OC.
Good morning, good morning. How are you?
Okay, man.
Talk to me.
Yeah, just the way you say remembering Ivan. It was rough, yeah, but, wasn't really scared, because kind of been through worse than that. Couple inches of water and a little bit of breeze, I don't know.
You talking about Hurricane Ivan?
Yeah.
And where were you when Hurricane Ivan struck?
Southtown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was in my house. I was in my house when almond tree dropped down and hit the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Tore the whole roof off.
Wow. How long did it take for you to recover in terms of getting that roof back on and getting back to some semblance of normalcy?
I think about 8 months. Probably less or more.
Mm-hmm.
About 8 months.
How long did it take for you to get electricity back?
Well, almost as soon as we put the roof on, we rewired everything and got the electricity back up. That way it was. It took a little while still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if it wasn't for the almond tree, and we told them us cut the almond tree, but they cut down everything else besides the almond tree and left the almond tree.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I want just 1 minute, OC, give my blessings to all the people that, still with us through them times.
Mm-hmm.
See? Mm-hmm. And if you don't mind, I would like to say to the prisoners, I don't know why, one more horrifying it could have been, cause, why, if they had flood up in the air. I'm not really sure what happened up there, but all I know is it was rough up in there for a prisoner, So, I just got to give up the strength to make them say, we can do, we supposed to probably think better. And one last was, what about the design of the houses? You think we couldn't change, since we're in a hurricane zone, we couldn't change the building code? Instead of us having these square long houses or these rectangular houses, we couldn't make them round,
Yes, that's something to think about.
Yeah, I did went to some houses on Prospect. Almost every house was destroyed besides one round house. I went to some houses on the beach. The same one simple kind of apartment complex, they kind of round. And nothing didn't happen to them. Actually, that way we were staying for the months up in there. But I just think, let's just thinking kind of less, to build a round house, not true?
Yes. Something to think about. Talk to the architects about that and get their views on it. Yeah.
Yeah, because if a stronger hurricane comes in Ivan, I don't know what else would survive that.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We have 3 callers queued up, but we've said that this is your show. Just bear in mind that there's somebody else behind you as well, but we're going to take as many calls as we can. Next caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hi, Mr. Connor. It's me again.
Yes.
I forgot to mention Susan's poem. It was very, very nice, and I would suggest you read it at least 2 or 3 more times during the course of the rest of the show.
Okay, I will. And I wanted to mention this during the show, but since you brought it up now, this is a good time. Amanda Gorman, who was born in 1998, I believe, so she was nowhere around when Hurricane Ivan came. But the intonation that Amanda Gorman uses now is exactly the same sort of intonation that Miss Susan used in her poems. You know, the brief pauses and the short verses and everything. They sound so much alike. Amanda Gorman, she's the U.S. Poet Laureate, young poet. She read her poem at the inauguration in 2020 for U.S. President Joe Biden. I'm sure you will recall her.
Yes.
Yes, very similar in terms of the way the way they come across.
There. Yes. Susan is always producing, a true Caymanian core, prose or. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's Friday. But yes, a very, very good poem, Susan. I didn't hear her answering the phones this morning, but hopefully we'll hear it again during the show for those who missed it.
We will try, definitely. Thank you very much. Next caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
I just want to make sure I can clarify for the parents. Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm all right. I have some mixed feelings about remembering Ivan and so forth. It was a horrible experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
I lost the house that I was in and was hit by a tornado, and I had to shelter in my car for like 6 or 7 hours.
Wow.
And I don't know, I just, every time I hear the things come up about remembering Ivan, I don't want to have to remember Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put that somewhere far back out of my memory. But I mean, they talk about the resilience that you derive from the experiences that you have, and I suppose that would be the lesson learned. I hope we don't ever go back to another Ivan, because I remember siphoning gasoline out of cars just so that we could operate a the daddy taught me how
generator?
To gas. The generator. What do you call that? The chainsaw, so that we could cut out the Beachway Road.
Okay.
Beachway got free because we cut it out with a chainsaw. And we also cut trees out down at Fort Poindexter Road. But I don't know. Very mixed emotions about the remembrance of Ivan. That's all.
Do you think that we're better prepared today than we were then?
I believe so. I think a lot of lessons were learned. People underestimated. I think for years I heard about the 1932 hurricane in Nebraska, and I guess because it wasn't something that people experienced, they didn't understand the level of devastation that could happen. And then, of course, our building codes changed, and houses were built stronger than they were before. But after you saw Ivan, you kind of wondered, But I can say that we're stronger than what I see in the U.S. with their we call that wood, the compressed wood that they use to make their houses.
Yes.
We should not.
Yeah.
Our government has made sure that our houses are built to a certain standard. So, I just thank God that we got through. I am grateful that even the last few hurricanes that hit us, even though there was some damage, that we didn't sustain any death, And I think that's the part of our history, is that we seem to not have to experience the level of death that you hear in other countries that get hit by hurricanes and people dying from landslides and drownings and so forth. So I think we got a lot to be grateful for still.
Certainly. And while you really don't want to, because of your experience, want to remember it, in terms of preparation, what have you done differently? We continue to hear hazard management Cayman talk about when hurricane season is approaching, all of the precautions that we should take, how we should secure our personal effects and stuff like that. Have you changed in any respect in terms of those guidances?
Put in hurricane shutters. That was quite a bit of money, and I learned to stock different lifts during the summers so that we don't use up supplies and we're not rushing down to the stores the minute there's a tropical storm warning and buying out, and making sure that we're prepared financially.
Yes.
I also make sure that my documents and things like passports and stuff like that are secured, because those were one of the few things that I didn't get destroyed during that, because I had them hidden in a cupboard in a plastic bag, and for some reason the cupboard didn't get hit and the stuff disappeared. So that would be the only thing for me, is that people don't take it for granted and don't wait for things to come up. They say, well, we don't have enough money, but we seem to find the money when the storm happens. So
Yep.
I think we do have enough money if we just, during our preparations coming up, like April, May, June, to start stocking, because water doesn't necessarily expire within that 1 year. Toilet tissue and toilet paper. I mean, paper towels don't expire. So these are things that can be bought, and canned goods don't expire within the year that you're buying unless you bought something that's on sale. But generally, you could prepare yourself in such a way.
Yep. Caller, thank you. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much for sharing your experience. Let's grab one more caller before we go to our next commercial break. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, OT.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm a little hoarse today.
Oh.
But anyway, I wanted to share a little of my experiences. When okay, I left from my home here, and a friend took us to the Islay Conley Hall. We went there, we got inside and hunkered down. Then again, part of the roof blew off, water poured in, and my sister took some clothes with her to, for change. All of that got wet, but someone started a clothes line outside, so she put it, but we were sitting up on boxes, and we were dangling our feet in the water. There was a young lady who used to work at the hospital. I don't know if she was a nurse from West Bay, and she started singing, and she was letting me call up the songs that we wanted to sing. Anyway, like 10 o'clock that morning, and we peeped through some little peephole, and it was dark as midnight. We could hear that, the roof banging. From there, they carried us to the Sir Russell Johnson Hall. And, we stayed there for, it must be about 3 weeks before we came back home.
Wow.
The people at work was, being real nasty to me. Well, you can't come back to work. But I don't have no clothes to wear, so I can't come to work. But when I come home to check on my property, all the roof beside one small piece of zinc was intact, but water had poured in and destroyed, my phones were all wet. The TV was wet, and that was knocked off the wall, sitting up proudly in the sofa. And I said, oh God, I was praying always, don't make my house get mashed up, because I can't afford to buy another one. Anyway, that was some of my experiences. And I hope Paul could play the story about Ivan. I don't know whether he had it queued up.
Sorry?
But anyway, I just want to thank you. That's all for today.
I just have a question before you go. The request for you to return to work. I would ask you to reveal what job that you have, but do you? That seemed to be quite insensitive of your employer to want you to come back, knowing quite well, the conditions and how, people had been left devastated. What were your thoughts there?
Well, my thoughts. Well, I don't. Well, other people went back to work. some had generators.
Mm-hmm.
They were giving up generators, I believe, at that time. I didn't get one. So my house, although the roof was intact, I got somebody to put on one. But inside was like, I don't know, it looked like Mount Cashmore.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I just couldn't. I called and told them. But that's the kind of response I got when I went back to work. Oh, well, other people coming back to work, but I can't come. I have a sister that I have to look after. And at that time, 20 years ago,
yeah,
she was having a lot of medical problems. So that was very nasty of them to really. I mean, I know they probably did it to other people too. But
Well, maybe that's one of the things, if it is not in our labor legislation now, that should be addressed in there in terms of how workers should be treated after a natural disaster. We see in other jurisdictions now where they're bringing in legislation where, you can't be called on a weekend, and things of that nature, because life isn't all about just a job and working, to increase the profit margin for others as well. But caller, thank you very much for that. We're going to commercial break. We still have our other callers queued up, but callers, hang in there, because this show is dedicated to you, and we're doing nothing but taking calls from you as well. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
You deserve a unique vacation this year, one with easy non-stop flights from Cayman. Cayman Airways offers more non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline. Now you can add Panama and Los Angeles to your travel bucket list. Skip the hassle of connecting flights. Panama is just a 2-hour non-stop flight from Cayman. And Los Angeles? Get there in less than 5 hours non-stop aboard Cayman Airways. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Los Angeles or Panama getaway today.
You can now renew your driver's license or motor vehicle license online, and you don't need an ESID number. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Visit www.dvdl.gov.ky.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
According to statistics in the 2022 Cayman Islands Student Drug Use Survey, 23.1% of students reported being bullied in the last 12 months. The Anti-Bullying Schools Regulations 2022, brought forward by the Ministry of Education, aim to prevent bullying in our schools and help schools create a welcoming and safe learning environment for our children. Please encourage your children to report bullying to an educator. Learn more at gov.ky/education.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. 3 callers on hold. Going back to them shortly, just quickly. This person wrote in and said, good morning, trust all is well. Listening to my favorite show, my usual morning rush companion. Susan's poem is awesome, truly capturing her Ivan experience and highlighting her talents. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, sir?
This is Ivan.
Yes, that distinct voice. Couldn't help but recognize you.
Yes, I went through it. I was home at the time, 29 Innings Lane, and I had 4 foot of salt water in the yard. It didn't come from the south. It came across from the north sound, across Willifant Drive, and found the lowest area and stayed there. The developer had raked off all the topsoil and stuff and put it up, I would have to say, built a house on the ground. And I stayed there, and the bad part of it, or the good part, what you want to call it, because the Lord been good to me. I paid on that insurance, house insurance, for 33 years. That insurance was supposed to have gone on there and didn't collect anything. But I was still blessed because I had the shop insured with the same company. And I didn't get much damage from the shop. A shop can build back a house, but a house can't build back a shop. So I was still blessed.
And you weren't underinsured?
No.
Because everybody...
That company was supposed to go on the OC. Remember? Yeah.
Yep.
And but I'm praying for that they don't end up in a real hell. So that was my experience, and I got plenty of other experience. But the water stayed in the yard and started coming into the house. I started trying to sweep it out, but there wasn't no way to go. I got up on the dining room table, it was still coming in.
Do you feel...
My daughters came and got me then and carried me down. They should call it like a grass piece there where their house was.
Okay. Do you feel that you're much more prepared 20 years on?
Yes, I'm much more prepared. I built a house down built like a grass piece, but that's up 10 feet, 15 feet off the ground. And I got shutters and everything.
Great.
And I'm much more prepared. And I think after that, planning should not allow people to build houses so low.
Yeah, that was a lesson learned. Mr. Ivan, thank you very much, and good to hear your voice, and God bless you as well. Let's grab the next caller. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. My experience with Ivan was I was off at university at the time studying engineering, so I wasn't here for the storm. But I actually came back a few weeks later, and I couldn't recognize a lot of the parts that came on driving through. I just didn't recognize. It was so devastated. But what I really wanted to call in today to say is I just want to give a special mention to the planning department. A lot of people are respecting the fact that the codes change, but those guys putting a lot of work and hard work and dedication to ensure that the buildings are built with the proper hurricane standards. And as well, since we're remembering Ivan, I just want to say that if we're going to do this on a regular basis, we should give some homage to the departments that are putting in the work. Planning department, UC, National Roads Authority, and really give them the respect that they deserve for what they did for the Cayman Islands and continue to.
I agree with your caller, and I believe that the dialogue about Hurricane Ivan should be expanded. On Wednesday night, the ministry, along with the National Museum, had I would call it a symposium down at the what was the car collection center, and it was well attended. But we should really continue the dialogue while we sort of centered it around the 11th of September. No more. Hurricane Ivan was so impactful upon us that it is something that we need to continue to talk about, not just for 1 or 2 days, as well. And yes, we need to pay homage to all of those. If you have heard some of the discussions taking place, we didn't have a regiment, at the time. Our regiment was really the Cayman Island Fire Service, because we call on the Cayman Island Fire Service to do many of the things outside of their line of work as well. People at the Public Works Department as well. At one point in time, we recognized them for putting up the shutters on the government buildings, but they went way beyond that after Hurricane Ivan as well. So you're absolutely right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for calling in as well. DJ Lynn, we still have another caller, right? Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hey, good morning, O.C.
Good morning. How are you, my friend?
I am good, my friend. I'm good. Just listening here from the Brocken. I wasn't in Grand Cayman for Ivan, but during the time I was a firefighter here on the Brock. And being prepared, giving out the orders by the chief, which was my dear friend Kirkland at the time, Mr. Nixon.
Yes.
And we were prepared here for Ivan for the hit. When it changes course in that more southwest, which caused it to impact Grand Cayman more than Cayman Brock. But so I felt my heart went out for that later when she spoke about the remembrance of such a devastation that happened there. Most of my family lived there, all of my sisters and one of my brothers and their families. But I think what happened during Ivan was, I'm saying this in a good way, I hope. Ivan was, when it hit Grand Cayman, I think most of the people, by them not being affected by a serious storm or hurricane before, was taking it basically for granted that they wasn't expecting such a catastrophe in a way. Here on the Brock, we are so prone to serious hurricanes from 1980 when Hurricane Allen hit us. We were prepared from 1980 all the time. Devastation through 1932, which you hear the stories about that. People been prepared ever since that from 1932, but the homes wasn't built to the standards from then to 1980. But as of 1980, when Hurricane Allen devastated Cayman Brock, especially the Eastern District, we were prepared for the worst ever since. And when Paloma hit us, we thought that we were prepared for the worst, and we still wasn't prepared for the worst. Because when Paloma hit us like a bomb. It just devastated this entire island. So both of these hurricanes, Paloma and Ivan, there was a wake up for the people to realize when something like this come in, don't take it for granted. Prepare for the worst. And these things cause us to learn. That's why today the National Weather System is much more upgraded. That is why the fire service was upgraded to a better standard of delivering the care and everything else. We even one time we even had to be trained as a medic in the fire service. We had to be as a medic in the fire service. That's how far it took it. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for people to grasp that term, remembering something that that almost took your life.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to use them terms and hold on to that term. But
It certainly was a life-changing event. It
was a life-changing event, and it opened, like what a young man just stated there, a lot of the departments, public works, fire service, I mean, we went out and we did what, no others would do. So we need to remember that there's we don't want to say that there's worse coming, but if there is a worse coming, at least we know that we're more prepared now than ever. But my advice to those that building in Grand Cayman, I still see people building homes, try build your foundation at least 5 block levels high off the ground, at least. Don't care how the front of the house look. It might make the house look weird, but it's better to be dry than drowning.
And what about building and up and having a washaway underneath it? So rather than making this the foundation solid, that it's sort of like built on stilts, but not really stilts, but on columns.
That's what happened in Louisiana and Florida. Now they're starting to get off the ground and get some of those homes in Florida and Louisiana and the areas underneath is 15 feet high. 15 feet high underneath from the ground to the top of the floor. So they're prepared for the highest surge that can possibly be. And when you get a higher surge, especially in Grand Cayman, coming through that sound especially, you're talking about a 5-foot surge, 6-foot surge, up to 12 feet surge possibility. And you have to be off the ground. You need to stop worrying about how pretty your house look and try to keep yourself safe from now on.
Yep. Right. Security rather than aesthetics. Yes.
Yeah.
Or you can certainly combine the aesthetics with the security.
Yeah. Exactly. So it did put a dent in us. Yes, but it made us stronger.
Yep.
And we're still praying, that nothing as such ever happen again. And every time some people hear a storm coming, it gives these days it's giving a lot of people anxiety because of the fear.
Yeah.
But if you are prepared, you have your house prepared. I mean, it just material, it just earthly material. If it goes, it goes. Once you have your life, that's the main thing. So stay safe. We need to get serious about how we want our house to look and not worrying about how the neighbors saying our house look weird, looking down on them instead of looking across. We need to get off the ground and be safe and continue to realize that maybe one day the worst might come. So we have to prepare ourselves.
Yep. Thank you very much, caller, for that. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. Meanwhile, the phone lines remain open. I'm getting WhatsApp messages as well, which I will be sharing. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
You deserve a unique vacation this year, one with easy non-stop flights from Cayman. Cayman Airways offers more non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline. Now you can add Panama and Los Angeles to your travel bucket list. Skip the hassle of connecting flights. Panama is just a 2-hour non-stop flight from Cayman. And Los Angeles? Get there in less than 5 hours non-stop aboard Cayman Airways. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Los Angeles or Panama getaway today.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding Pain Cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
The sale you've been waiting for is here. Grand Source Home Gallery's custom closet and kitchen cabinet sale is now through September 30th. Save 20% on closets, pantries, Murphy beds, wall units, media centers, and that long overdue kitchen cabinet makeover. Our designers will create your dream closet or kitchen. Choose from our in-stock selection or special order and have installed before December. Shop now and save 20% with Grand Source Home Gallery's custom closet and kitchen cabinet sale. Hurry, sale ends September 30th. Visit us at 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, or call 623-5000.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. Today, this show is dedicated towards our viewers and our listeners, giving you an opportunity to share your Hurricane Ivan experience, to opine on where we are, talk about the past, the present, our gratefulness, and our resilience as well. I'm going to share this one with you. This person says, all my family, which was a total of 8 members, stayed at our house. We fared pretty good. Our roof stayed on. The only big issue was our wooden garage doors came off their hinges, which we were very surprised that happened, as those doors were made of very heavy, thick wood. The things we did differently are now we put plywood over our new garage doors, and we installed a flap valve to our cesspool as was recommended in some of the hurricane tips. Also, we now have our eave vents turned with the vents facing towards the house. They also go on to say that we have a cistern and hurricane shutters, so that really made a big difference during Hurricane Ivan. Yes, the cistern, that certainly made a huge difference because we had to ration the water. You know, some people mentioned the other night talking about, remember having to use 1 gallon of water to take a bath with, 1 gallon of water. Those were times, folks, but made us. They say what doesn't kill you makes you much stronger. And we were so fortunate. Only 2 lives lost during Hurricane Ivan, even though we saw the mortality rate sort of go up somewhat after Hurricane Ivan, because the physical effects of Hurricane Ivan started to reflect in our mental health as well. Still have 6 minutes, so I can share this one with you. This person wrote and said, here's my short account of Ivan. I remember traveling to Tampa to inspect the FEMA trailers, and we can talk more about that, before they were loaded on to a barge to ensure that they had not been damaged during transport. Then setting them up at the 3 sites at Bush Playing Field, Bordentown Civic Center, and Fairbanks, plus a few at private residences. We did all this while clearing our buildings, removing debris from all government facilities, while meeting with the adjusters from Axis and the Risk Management Lloyd's of London to assess and estimate damages prior to starting repairs. We employed approximately 200 additional workers, many of whom were short-term prisoners who were released from Northward after Ivan, to assist with the cleanup and rebuilding exercise. The person says, and I'll tell you who it is afterwards, I can even remember having to take a gun from a murderer who told me he was going to kill another worker for disrespecting him. I think we did, and I hope that gun, I'm going to pause there for a second. I hope that gun has been turned in since then. This is 20 years down the line at some Royal Cayman Islands Police Service gun amnesty that would have taken place since then. We just recently had one as well. So we hope that gun isn't around anymore. Person says, I think we did so much work in such a short time is simply a miracle and a true testament to the power and resolve of Caymanian unity and true Caymanian pride. We helped each other with repairs. We ate together. We cried together on many occasions just to see the state of our properties. Things we had worked so hard to build had been taken in just a few hours. We rebuilt the Cayman schools, public buildings, roads, water systems, electrical, utilities, jetties, docks, airports, supermarkets, private business buildings, our homes, all in 6 to 12 months. This is nothing short of a miracle. When you look at the damage we sustained, this needs to be written into our history and the history of rebuilding of a nation we call Cayman. And for the most part, we did it without having to import a trove of outside workers. A gentleman by the name of Tony Rowland, a very simple Englishman, was a tower of strength and help in this exercise and should be awarded the highest award for his work during the recovery. Many of us who worked our behinds off, I'm going to use that word, off during that exercise have never even gotten paid, much less given awards. We never did it for pay or awards, but looking back, I can now say it was the most difficult time in the last 60 years of Cayman's developmental history. I say this, and I know it's a fact. My grandparents and older aunts and uncles who experienced the 1932 hurricane in the Brac told me Ivan made the 1932 hurricane look like a baby storm. Granted, many more lives were lost, and for that we can thank God for construction, that our construction is much better and our preparedness for properties as well. And those words are coming from none other than Mr. Tommy Ebanks, who was at the Public Works Department at that point in time as well. DJ Lynn, I don't believe that we have enough time now for the next caller because it will only give them a minute. So we're going to ask the caller to hang in there. The headline news is very short. We're going to take the caller and then we're going to replay Miss Susan's poem after we take the caller. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly, right after headline news.
Covering Little Cayman, Cayman Bride.
Cover me. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
The Health Services Authority would like to thank you, the Cayman community, for voting us the Best of Cayman Islands 2024 in 13 medical categories. As the largest and longest healthcare provider in the Cayman Islands, we have been caring for you for many generations, helping the people of our islands live longer, healthier, and happier lives. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you. For more information, visit hsa.ky or call 949-8600.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The National Roads Authority is doing paving works between 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Sunday on the eastbound lanes of the Linford-Pearson Highway. The road will be closed between the CUC roundabout and the Alamo roundabout, pending weather. The UK Foreign Office has called Russian allegations of spying against British diplomats, quote, completely baseless. Moscow stripped 6 officials of their accreditation. The BBC understands the diplomats involved left Russia many weeks ago. This comes as President Vladimir Putin warned the West against allowing Ukraine to use long-range weapons to target Russia. Putin said such action would mean NATO would be, quote, directly participating in the conflict. UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, who has arrived in Washington ahead of a meeting with President Joe Biden later today, said Russia had started the war in Ukraine and could end it, quote, straight away. Those are your headlines. I'm Kersley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're going straight to the phone lines, and I want to thank the caller who's holding on there for being so patient. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, good. OC, me again. Yes. I forgot to mention one thing when I was speaking, talking to you there.
Sure.
One thing I noticed a lot of people doing these days are building walls around their homes, and without opening access to those walls, because a lot of people don't want to put open access in the rears and on the sides. The only access is to the front. And when you build in a wall around your house, you're basically forming a swimming pool.
Yeah, you're trapping the water inside. Yeah,
the water to come right into your home. So I just wanted to mention that. It's something that planning should look into when people are asking permits to build these walls, is for them to have access to the sides and the back of the walls that the water can escape, because water have to have a way to move.
It's going to find its own level.
Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that when I was speaking to you, but it had slipped me. So
now, while I still have you there, and I know that you're a farmer as well, but one of the dilemmas I think that we're having now, we hear about global warming. We know that the Earth, we know that Cayman, and some people will say, don't even talk about the BRAC, that it can get really, really hot. Now, we see where people are encouraged to grow more vegetation, and I know for a fact, I have a lot of trees to the east of our house, and in the morning, it is so much cooler when the sun is coming from the east because it's protected by that. When the sun then goes to the west, we don't have as many trees on the western side, and you feel the difference in the terms of the temperature of the house. Now, when you juxtapose that against the fact that you don't want to have tall trees near your house during a hurricane, and you're encouraged to at least top them off, cut them down, or whatever, it almost seems to be a contradiction. You're trying to keep cool, but in trying to keep cool during hurricane season, you're exposing yourself more to damage to your house if your trees are too tall. So how do we solve that dilemma?
That's a contradiction story between people, because the old people didn't believe in cutting their trees away from around their homes for that same purpose of it breaks the winds of the storms, destroying the home. But some people, like what you say, some people say no, they got fall in the house, but it's a 50-50 something for a person to think about. I mean, do you want to protect your home from the breeze, from the winds of the storm, or you want a limb to drop on your house? OC, as a farmer, I would rather my trees be standing there than for me to go chop the top of that mango tree out and kill the mango tree, or whatever the case may be. The mango tree, or the trees, special mango trees, they can withstand. Their limbs doesn't hold on that good in winds, but they do block a lot of wind because they have a lot of limbs before the leaves tear off, they have a lot of limbs, so they do block a lot of wind. And like what you're saying, having trees around your home, it keeps it cool. It has somewhere for you to reside outside and go outside and sit. But people got this thing about, no, they don't want trees in their yard, and I see it here on the block. I see a $50,000-$60,000 car sitting outside of a home, and the home don't have it, not in the garage to talk about. They don't even have a tree in the yard to put the vehicle under, because they say they don't want trees in the yard because hurricane got blow the tree down on the house. But I mean, if you got common sense and you know a tree grows 60 feet high and let's say 50 feet wide, can you put that tree far enough away that when it fall, it doesn't fall in the house? It doesn't have. You don't have to put it right outside your step. Use your common sense and plant the trees in the corners of your properties and on the sides of your properties, that it protect your home.
So true.
It protects your home. And I mean, I do it here with mine. That's what I do. I take all of my trees, I plant them to the very east of my home, because I know that the majority of the storms is coming from the southeast. And I want them to take the blood of that hurricane first before it hit my roof. So, you know, people they need to consider these things of where these trees can be beneficial to them, and realize that yes, it can be a help.
Yep. Caller, thank you very much. Okay, we're going to treat our listening and viewing audience to Miss Susan's poem one more time for those who may have missed it earlier. DJ Lynn, over to you.
Hurricane Ivan struck Grand Cayman in 2004, mashing up all of the land with destruction galore. Howling winds at 165, it felt like 205. Thank God we're still alive. Remember them crabs that covered our yards? Them old people say it's a sign of a bad hurricane in time. Many fled on Cayman Air Jet, but don't fret, tourists will return to watch our sunsets yet. Ivan loomed for 36 hours. We prayed hour by hour, but out went the power. Crippled with fear as the water drew near. Wind, rain, and sea surge rushed in. Roofs flew high in the sky. All we could do was cry and sigh. Our prized possessions washed away before our very eyes, seeking higher ground from the storm's eerie cries. Places we knew, now unrecognizable. Everywhere I turned, I saw blue tarps. Ivan's mark unmistakable. Insurance man, don't be mean. Here's my claim. What do you mean uninsured? My eyes now sharp like a captain of the seas, scrutinizing every word with ease. With not a cent to pay my rent, mortgages due, we placed our hands under our chin, bowed our heads, giving thanks to Him. In the face of loss, we found our grace. In unity and faith, we embrace. Our trees once green, now uprooted and brown. The earth soaked and heavy from Ivan's pound. Demolished buildings, shattered dreams in its wake. It broke our hearts, but our spirit wouldn't break. The noisy hum of generators filled the air. We played dominoes beneath the open sky without a care. Cooking outside, sharing meals as time went by. Corned beef, sardines, and tuna fish, not on our wish list, but it was surely our special dish. Ivan so harsh and unkind, rich and poor all in a line. What a sight to see, that's the way it came to be. Prices soared high. One bag of ice cost $3. Oh, it made me wanna holler. I tell you no lie. The mosquitoes that fly, they all dance to the beat in this relentless heat. They looted my generator, placed a lawnmower instead. This thing peed my head. I cried out to the Creator, please come to my defense. Emotions and humidity was intense. In the chaos of Ivan, nothing made sense. all around a mess. Oh, what a stress, but the people full of zest. Cayman will rise again with some help from our friends. East End, North Side, Bordentown, South Sound, and Georgetown gather round. Breakers, Peace Bay, Savannah Newlands, West Bay, and 7 Mile. We will rebuild. You hear what I say? Sports Prospect, Red Bay. Listen to what I say. We have to be strong. We cleared the debris, searched the rubble, found only soaked memories by the double. Cayman, we must unite, come together, love one another with all our might. Hurricane Ivan came with a force, left pure destruction in its course. But thank God we survived. Ivan was savage. It plowed through Grenada, Bonaire, Jamaica, and Grand Cayman, causing billions in damages. The Met Office, EOC, HSA, and Cayman Islands Fire Service, RCIPS, GIS, Cable and Wireless, Net News, Cayman Compass, and Radio Cayman all stood tall. God bless you all. Water Authority, CUC, and friends, you were a godsend. Thanks for the information, water, and light. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman played their part, opening up their homes and heart. Caymanians united like never before, a wonderful sight, strength at our core. After Ivan, we recovered swiftly, rebuilt stronger, flourishing together. We pray for shelter from future storms, for brighter dawns and peaceful norms. Cayman community on a gather near, with thankful hearts. Ivan's gone, skies are clear. Together, Cayman strong, year by year.
Thank you very much for that, DJ Lynn. And why don't we just transition right to the commercial break at this point in time as well, folks? Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The DVDL Customer Support Unit is now open. Customers can book appointments for written and driving tests through DVDL's hotline at 945-8344. That's 945-8344.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
You deserve a unique vacation this year, one with easy non-stop flights from Cayman. Cayman Airways offers more non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline. Now you can add Panama and Los Angeles to your travel bucket list. Skip the hassle of connecting flights. Panama is just a 2-hour non-stop flight from Cayman. And Los Angeles? Get there in less than 5 hours non-stop aboard Cayman Airways. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Los Angeles or Panama getaway today.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record on this special edition of For the Record this morning, dedicated solely to you, our listening and our viewing audience, giving you an opportunity to express your views, tell your stories about Hurricane Ivan 20 years ago. We do have a caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Mr. For the Record, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good to hear your voice. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you. For the rest of the listening public, this is Cletus. I want to say good morning to everyone. all those at Radio Cayman and everyone else out there in the sound and sports in the viewing side of you. I like your tie, man.
Thank you. I have a shoot with GQ magazine right around about 10:30 this morning, so I had to spruce myself up a little bit. I tried to tease earlier and tell people I was going to have an announcement, and I would probably say that the yellow tie is the color of the new party, POO, Party of One.
Okay. But I hope the shoot goes well.
I hope so. I hope I don't break the camera.
No, man. Okay, OC, no, the time. Hello?
Go right ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go right ahead, caller. We're hearing you. Something happened there, DJ Lynn, because this phone rang as well. I'm hearing him, but he's not hearing us. Ooh. Wonder what happened there. Keep trying. I do have his number, so if anything, we can get back to him. Meanwhile, I'll share this with you because there's an exercise that is taking place. So the Cayman Islands government has issued a press release. The Cayman Islands, they're saying that the Cayman Islands Regiment will host a reconnaissance visit by members of the Jamaica Defense Force, JDF, and the Jamaica National Reserve Force, JNR, from Friday, today, the 13th of September, through Sunday, the 15th of September. During this period, there may be increased military activity in certain public areas. So the government is kindly asking that members of the public respect the operations in place and refrain from interfering with or obstructing the exercises. Your cooperation will help ensure the smooth and effective execution of these exercises, which are crucial for the safety and preparedness of our islands. We appreciate your understanding and support. So here we are again. We will be preparing joint exercises with the Jamaica Defense Force and the Jamaica Reserve Force and our regiment here in the Cayman Islands. Okay, same caller? Yes, Mr. Kenneth, we're not sure what happened there, but glad to get you back on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I am not sure either, but something happened. Okay, and so we could thank a few people for their efforts during Hurricane Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with you, with especially, I mean, that's where I worked closer with you, that was with the trailer homes.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, that was such a critical move because it did provide a temporary shelter for a number of persons who wouldn't have been able to afford any other type of shelter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though they were around for quite a while longer after Ivan, but they were definitely something that was needed. And I'd like to thank you and all the others who were involved in getting that initiative up and running.
And Mr. Ebanks, for those who may not know about this, can you talk a little bit about the Cayman's appetite and view towards trailer homes in the Cayman Islands prior to Hurricane Ivan?
Yes, but first I would like to again make a couple of
go right ahead. Mm-hmm.
Shout outs to, especially to Mr. McCleary Frederick,
mm-hmm.
who at that time the Chief Building Control Officer. It was he who sort of brought the initiative to get the private sector involved, like the electricians and plumbers and AC technicians, etc., etc.
Yeah, we talked about that Wednesday night at the collection where the symposium was held.
Oh, sorry. I was unable to make it, so.
Okay.
So then it probably doesn't make sense to me.
No, because that wasn't aired live. So, no, share it with our audience.
Okay. Yeah, so McCleary, he was responsible for bringing that initiative to the floor, and then I took it then up to, again, Mr. Colonel Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was at that time, then it was the chief officer, then it was the, what was it called at that time?
Permanent secretary?
Yeah. Yes. And he expedited through the process, and we were able then to get a good number of electricians and plumbers, and we worked then with CUC, and we would go, they would give us the route that they're working on. We would go out then, inspect those buildings that were, and see which ones were ready for reconnection. Then CUC come behind that, and with a sort of sticker on the building, then they could reconnect.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And because of that initiative, we were able then to, by I think around the middle of December, have roughly 90% of all the buildings reconnected with electricity. 3 months more or less, and if you look at what happened in was it Louisiana? I mean, yeah, it took years
after Katrina.
After Katrina, I mean, they say, okay, but we're smaller. Yes, we're small, but we don't have as much resources as Louisiana, which is much larger. But no, I think McCleary was one of the sort of unsung heroes during that time, as well as all those others from the private sector that cooperated. And also, Mr. Uglin, he offered us the fourth floor of his building there on South Church Street, the Uglin building.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we operated free of charge for several months.
Wow.
So I'd also like to thank him for that. I mean, I know he's passed on, but thank his family as well. Okay, sir. CUC, yes. I don't know if you could, well, most people maybe cannot remember, but up along there in not Beach Bay, this Attic Promise on in Whitaker Apartments, they're going before you get to
Peace Bay.
No, man. Breakers.
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah, Breakers.
Yeah, his apartments are in Peace Bay, but Breakers, yeah.
No, he got some apartments there.
Yeah, before you get to Breakers.
Right.
Yeah.
On the left-hand side there.
Yeah, but that's Peace Bay area. You know the geography of West Bay, but I know it for Eastern. Just kidding.
Okay. Yeah, but CUC used to have their poles on the seaside of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, all of them were blown down. So we said, okay, but and that piece of land, that narrow strip of beach there, that is one of the scenic coastlines on the island.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked with CUC and said, okay, but you know you have to replace the poles, but why not put them on the land side? For one, you got better ground, it's not in a solid cliff rock.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm there, you stand a better chance of holding up there than on the beach, as well as it would leave that stretch of land in its natural state, as opposed to having the poles and wires, wouldn't say obstructing the view, but not helping it. They agreed, they put them on the land side, and now we have that stretch of beach there, or stretch of land, unencumbered by any quote-unquote foreign objects. Okay, sir. Your question about the...
Right, the lack of appetite for trailers in the Cayman Islands before Hurricane Ivan. It was something that people vehemently objected to, trailer homes in the Cayman Islands before Hurricane Ivan.
Yes, well...
and there may have been, I'm not sure if there was a policy, a government policy in place as well.
Yes, there was also something, I think, from the customs. The customs law didn't or excluded them from being imported. And I think we also got some kickbacks from the private sector because they were quote unquote cut into their construction business. Also, well, again, the trailer homes generally are not quote unquote hurricane proof. That, as well as, I guess, kickback from the private sector. There really wasn't any appetite from the policymakers to introduce trailer homes as a means of affording affordable housing for the less fortunate in our communities. I think that by and large, because it wasn't, or they aren't hurricane proof, and I'm sure there's something in the Customs Act that sort of precluded them from being imported. But what they did after Ivan, that definitely filled a void that needed to be filled, and I think those that were housed there are extremely grateful to you all for what you all did.
Yes, thank you for that. And of course, after that, they became extremely useful as well. Some were distributed to farmers for them to be able to have them on their farms to store their feed and their grains and everything. Some were sent to Cayman Brac for temporary housing after Paloma. Some were sent to Isla de Juventud, Isle of Pines, Isle of Youth in Cuba as well, to assist them after the hurricane. So they lasted a long time and helped a lot of people. And they were pretty nice. They were air conditioned. They had refrigerators. They had stoves and everything. And like everything else, you get some people who took care of them as if they were their permanent homes, and then there were some people who simply abused them as well. But it certainly worked. And kudos have to go out to the Honorable W. McKeever Bush, for that initiative, as well. I remember he given the instructions and us sourcing them, having to ensure, because at that time also there was some bad press coming out about some of those trailers and some of the fumes that they may have emitted based on the type of material that was used. So we had to be extremely careful and scrutinize everything to make sure that everything was done properly. And I read from Mr. Tommy Ebanks, because he actually was one of the persons who went up and inspected them as well. Mr. Ebanks, you still with me?
Yes. No, I'm listening. I can't hear you though.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you now.
You can hear me now. Yeah, I was talking about. Did you hear the part when I spoke about the various things that we did with the trailers after?
Yes, I heard up until you mentioned Mr. Tommy Ebanks.
Yeah, he went overseas to inspect the trailers before they actually came to Cayman as well, and I think we paid something like about $15,000 for each of those trailers, and there were some that could be extended in terms of their length to make them bigger and everything else.
I said that was again. I can't hear you, sir.
Okay.
You breaking up now and again, but can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're hearing you clear, so you go ahead and talk. Yeah.
Okay. I think I had an earlier caller talking about the building code, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now, the code, once you build the code, then you can rest fairly assured that your building would withstand the winds and the rain. Unfortunately, I do not think that we are building high enough. And as you mentioned a little earlier, the buildings are on stilts. And I think we had like maybe one quote-unquote major development that actually went up on stilts, and that's those apartments as you get onto Sport Street. The one that was destroyed.
Mariners Cove?
No, before that. Just before that, then you had, I think the Thompsons built some there. But
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that was the only development after post-Ivan that really went up on stilts. So I think right now the planning says that there'll be a minimum of 5 feet above sea level.
Okay.
I think that is definitely too low. And yes, and especially those buildings on the coastline should be up on stilts. Definitely. And maybe even to a certain extent, a certain distance from the coastline should all be on stilts.
Yeah.
Okay, that's for another life.
Yep. Thank you very much for your contribution there, Mr. Eubanks. We have to go to a commercial break. We do have another caller on hold as well. We ask that caller to please be patient with us. As soon as we return, we will take your call, so don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
You deserve a unique vacation this year, one with easy non-stop flights from Cayman. Cayman Airways offers more non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline. Now you can add Panama and Los Angeles to your travel bucket list. Skip the hassle of connecting flights. Panama is just a 2-hour non-stop flight from Cayman. And Los Angeles? Get there in less than 5 hours non-stop aboard Cayman Airways. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Los Angeles or Panama getaway today.
The sale you've been waiting for is here. Grand Source Home Gallery's custom closet and kitchen cabinet sale is now through September 30th. Save 20% on closets, pantries, Murphy beds, wall units, media centers, and that long overdue kitchen cabinet makeover. Our designers will create your dream closet or kitchen. Choose from our in-stock selection or special order and have installed before December. Shop now and save 20% with Grand Source Home Gallery's custom closet and kitchen cabinet sale. Hurry, sale ends September 30th. Visit us at 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, or call 623-5000.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Your show on your radio station, Radio Cayman, and this today's show is dedicated to you, our listening and viewing audience, giving you exclusively the opportunity, the right to call in and talk about Hurricane Ivan, talk about the past, talk about the present, talk about our gratefulness and our resilience. That being the theme for celebrating 20 years of Hurricane Ivan. Before we go to the next caller, if Mr. Kenneth is still listening, one of our listeners said South Shores. That's the development that Kenneth was talking about. The person said they designed that development and they still believe that it is built too low, that it is still too low. So I want to thank that listener for that as well. Let's go straight to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yes. Good morning, O.C. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Pretty good, man.
Big shout out to your staff over there. I know they're listening.
Yeah, they always listen. O.C., I wasn't down in Cayman at the time. I was just taking over the bakery in June of 2004. And my farmer was still down there, but after Ivan hit, we sort of became short on flour. And my good friend up here, Mr. Paul Scott, when it happened, a lot of the flour got wet in Grand Cayman that the suppliers that used to supply me, and he sort of mentioned to me that he could probably bring in some from Florida direct to the block, and one of his containers. And we went ahead with that, and we got, I think it must have been about 200 bags on the first order, and believe it or not, it sort of created arguments in ruckus at different places that we used to deliver, and people started coming to the bakery direct, that were trying to get some bread to send back to Cayman, and some days we had, I know it was 30, 40 people just waiting till the bread come out. It would really sort of created. It was unexpected because we wasn't expecting to have that amount of sales in such a short period, having taken it over just in June, And make me tell you, I don't know how many people realize it, but bread is one of the most important items when it comes to survival.
Well, if you go back to the Bible,
in any country, not just Cayman.
Yeah.
And if you don't have bread, it's hard for you to get along or even think about making a sandwich or anything. I mean, you can, but I when things like I went so unexpectedly. I would say unexpectedly. I mean, they could know it was coming, and we knew it was coming. But what people will do to get a bread, I never had experienced that all in my life before. They were all cellular phones with a big battery on the back of them. My phone was ringing at 24/7, man. I mean. It was unbelievable because, my family was still down in Cayman, and, my main thing was trying to concentrate and trying to get them up here, and it like I said, I didn't experience it, I went through Paloma came around in 2008, I think it was, and that was quite a disastrous blow for the block at that time. But I think it brought the Cayman Islands closer, I would say, as far as the people or the population, the Cayman population, But it just goes to show what people will do sometimes to get a bread,
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. Nice to hear your voice again, man.
Thank you, and thanks for sharing your experience, with us as well. Yep. Thank you.
Okay, what did you say when you come up here? We have to have a chat,
Definitely.
Okay, okay.
Take care. All the best. We're going to grab the next caller. Mr. Tommy has shared with me. He said that the trailer homes, we paid $13,999 for them. We got a discount on the mobile homes because of the bulk order, as well. So I want to thank Mr. Tommy, for that. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
OC, good morning. How you doing, sir?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Not too bad. Just want to comment briefly on some comments you made earlier about the past and the future.
Mm-hmm.
OC, I'm not concerned about the past because I mean you can't unfry an egg, right? But it's today that I am really concerned about the direction that this country is going. And if some changes are not made, and our politicians need to wake up and see what is happening to this country and do something about it and get off of their backside. I mean, soon we're not gonna have a country. I mean, what is our kids gonna have to look forward to in the future? They have nothing if we continue going down the track we're going. See? It's really sad. OC, thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you very much, caller, as well. Yeah, all sorted out now, DJ Lynn. We have another caller. Any other callers? No caller at this point. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to talk about or wanted to make people aware of as well, those who were not around then, we talk about our resiliency and our gratefulness. There was something that was established, a fund that was established called the Cayman Islands National Recovery Fund that was established in 2004 as well. And some of the figures that they on their website they have given us, they talk about 83% of the dwellings, which in terms of numbers, 13,535 homes were affected, with about 4%, which represents the number of 652 homes that were completely destroyed. It was estimated that 30% of the residences, which equated to 4,892 homes, were not insured. 30% of the homes were not insured. Housing sector was the most affected, costing the economy some $1.4 billion in repairs. Now, the National Recovery Fund was established. Government also established a recovery fund as well. And just to give you a little bit of history of that, while we were out there trying to get things done, there were some people who wanted things to be done a certain way and others who wanted to be done differently. There were some individuals and organizations who felt that we needed to deal with the ordinary people and to deal with their concerns as quickly as possible. We needed to strip away a lot of the red tape that was in place to ensure that people were would have some sense of normalcy when it came to housing as quickly as possible. And then there were those who felt that certain structures and strictures had to be put in place to ensure that money was well spent. And you know, this whole issue about value for money and everything else. But there are times when, because of the human condition, where you first have to act and then later on you figure out all of the intricacies of it. So we had the government, Honorable W. McKeever Bush, who felt, and his cabinet or executive council, who felt that we needed to do things immediately. So government set something up. Myself, along with the now cabinet secretary, Mr. Samuel Rose, and others, Mr. Ludlow Buckridge, working with us. Maximum of $15,000 to persons who needed help. They would submit their applications. We would have inspectors go out, visit their dwellings, see what the damage was done. That $15,000 included, furniture that was needed as well. So you had that government fund, and then you had a national recovery fund that consisted of persons in the private sector. I must say, and not wanting to create any controversy, but the one that the government set up got more done because there was less red tape. At the end of the day, we got more done, touched more lives, improved more lives, rather than the albatross that had been set up to ensure value for money, but at the same time, not necessarily thinking about the immediate human condition, as well. Like I said, I don't want to create any controversy, but we have to tell the true picture. We have to tell the true story of this whole thing as well. Folks, we're going to take our last commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
You can now renew your driver's license or motor vehicle license online, and you don't need an ESID number. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Visit www.dvdl.gov.ky.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're on the last leg of the show this morning. Your show talking about Hurricane Ivan, the past, the present, our gratefulness and our resilience. This person has written in and said that they would like to once again especially thank the museum staff that were working back then for all the hard work and dedication in seeing that the museum survived, notably our collection manager, Deborah Barnes-Tabora. The main museum building on the waterfront received minimal damage compared to our support and collection storage in the industrial park area. Seawater and sewage found its way under and through the foundation of this rental building and inundated the museum's collection stored there. We did have an emergency preparedness plan and quite a large variety of supplies. However, Ivan was really a one-of-a-kind event. Some quick memories. Staff working from sun up until 4 to 5 p.m. Sourcing meals and water for the staff during the day. Sourcing additional supplies to carry out the daily work, from toothbrushes to special hazard suits, waiting in line to fill up the museum van and my car, spending time at the fire station to recharge phones, and I was also able to use their IT to contact our museum associations for advice on preservation and conservation of our flooded artifacts, dealing with the insurance adjusters, working with the company that used huge blowers to dry out parts of our courts building as well. And I want to thank the writer for that as well. We do have a caller. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am very grateful. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
And I must say you're looking rather spectacular today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, I have a shoot with GQ at 10.
I heard you. I heard you. And when you said that you had a shoot with what's it, GQ, my mind flashed to Time magazine. I don't know why. But anyway, I won't accuse you of looking like anyone afterwards. Anyway, since you're talking about Ivan, let me first and foremost say my thanks goes to Almighty God.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anyone has mentioned this before, because I tuned in a little late, but I would also like to remember the Fosters for their kind gesture after Ivan. Don't know if you remember that, but remember all the stuff that survived in their schools. They were giving it away, not selling it, but giving it away. And I thought that was very nice of them. So I just wanted to say thank you to them. And I mean, as far as thank yous, I guess we could go on forever. But as far as the hurricane itself, I really think I have to say this. I cannot believe that until now, 20 years later, that, you know, people are still, in my opinion, giving misinformation about Ivan. You know, first it was Category 3, and then they wanted to leave it there because of reasons which we know why. And then this morning I saw something come out talking about a Category 4. Well, I don't know who had a Category 3 or a Category 4, but I know that Grand Cayman suffers from a Category 5.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, at some point, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I experienced. And not only did we have it, we had it for almost 2 days on us. So, you know, I was here in my house, and I'm happy I stayed in my house because everyone was, you know, stressing me out about leaving my house to go up to the Borden Town, wherever they sheltered in Borden Town.
That was the Civic Center.
Okay. And I said, no, I'm staying here. I know how my house is built. And if this doesn't survive Ivan, I don't think anywhere on the island will. And, of course, later on we heard what had happened up there.
Mm-hmm.
So thank God that I made that decision. And, you know, although I had the sea come down here from Pedro and so on, again, thank God, we survived. And considering what I lost, it was nothing compared to what some of my neighbors lost and other people on the island lost. I remember you couldn't see anything, but, you know, you were hearing stuff and, you know, we're hearing thumping. You're wondering, but what's that? Is that part of my roof? Or, you know, and the house is shaking because the tornadoes are around you and so on. And some of those thumps that I was hearing, three of my neighbors to the north of me, their roofs had come off. Parts of one, the whole roof came off, but the others, that was part of their roofs that were coming off and landing in my backyard. So, again, I had to say thank you because it was like God was just here protecting me. Mm-hmm. There was so many things, you know, that could have happened. And then in the front of me, you know, that big, I don't know what to call it now, but anyway, it's a huge gate contraption that guy had put up over there. And then that took flight and came in to the front of my yard. And, again, God guided it. It hit the columns. So the columns stopped it. Otherwise, if it come higher, it could have gone on my roof as well, or it could have come right through the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I felt like despite, everything that was happening, that, I know that I was very well protected. And again, I don't think we say this enough, that we have to be so, so grateful that we didn't have, any mass loss of lives during Ivan.
Yep.
I know a few people died after. I think a man had died as a result of injuries up there in the Bordentown Center. But I can't recall, any loss of life at the time. And that was one of the things I, too, was very, very grateful for.
Yep.
And, so...
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know, Mr. Connor, I don't know if it's appropriate for me to say this morning, but I've been kind of waiting for the right chance to say it. And, if we can complain, we can certainly say thank you. And I don't know if Minister J is listening this morning. I hope he is. I just wanted to say a big thank you to him. I noticed that he got the road sorted out.
Okay.
That we now have a turning lane for the post office.
Yes.
But I guess you saw the rest of it. Yep. So, Minister J, I really hope you're listening, and I want to say thank you to you, because this is something I've been asking for from the time that post office was built. So thank you, sir, and you were very right. I no longer have to beat that dead horse.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much for that. We've closed off the phone lines. I have a few WhatsApp messages that I want to share as well. So Mr. Joey, I think he's still in Pennsylvania. He'll give me a thumbs up if he is. He said that he opened the Auto Spa car wash in May of 2004. The hurricane destroyed it in September. He said it was reopened in January of 2005. He also shares that they were the first claim to be settled by Fidelity Insurance, settled in 30 days. At the end, he tells me I don't have to read it after I've already read it. Sorry about that, but I'm sure that he doesn't mind me sharing that with him. And then this person has written and said, Ivan truly took a toll on us. It's painful to remember all that we lost, the photos, the precious memorabilia. It was heart-wrenching to see everything we owned reduced to rubble. But we had each other. Thank God for life. Or 911, we will never forget. We had each other. The togetherness it brought, even if only for a time, was a blessing. It would have been wonderful had it remained. Thank you, Lord, for the memories as we remember Ivan 20 years later. So many have passed on into eternity since and are not here to remember with us. God bless us, everyone. And the person says that we should check out their song, Ivan Took a Vacation, on YouTube and Bandcamp to hear my story, or you can buy a copy and support our collaborative efforts. Daniel Doucette on vocals and Gary Ebanks on sax. As together we remember 20 years later. And DJ Lynn, they're asking you if you could play that, if you could play it. Do you have that? Do you have it? Let me find it again. Ivan Took a Vacation on YouTube. He said it is there. So I want to thank that writer for that as well. This person says people need to remember that 3% deductible the insurance companies put on after Ivan as well. Yeah, we weren't treated well by the insurance companies after Hurricane Ivan. Just like, we had to be on the lookout, especially from the government side, for all of the charlatans out there as well. All of the snake oil salesmen who were trying to offer you different solutions to our problems. coming in, trying to drum up business, with the Cayman Islands and everything else. So many people had things to offer. We had the offer of wanted to put a cruise ship out in the harbor and house all of the workers who were needed to work in the Cayman Islands as well. That was one of the offers that was on the table. Never came to fruition, as well. But while people were looking to get themselves, what we call dried back in, there were others out there who were looking to take advantage of the situation as well. We had all of that price gouging that that was talked about as well. So many things happening. And again, the National Recovery Fund, I just wanted to give you more information on that. So in response to the epic disaster of Hurricane Ivan, the Cayman Islands National Recovery Fund was established in September of the 23rd, 2004 as an independent private trust to relieve persons who were injured, bereaved, rendered homeless, destitute, or otherwise affected by the devastating effects of Hurricane Ivan. Its board of trustees was comprised initially of both private sector and government representatives, with initial funding of $1 million from Butterfield Bank and then generous donations from the private sector, including a loan of $2.5 million and a further $750,000 from an East End donor. And we know who that East End donor was, Mrs. Oldie. The fund began operations to address the tremendous needs, and then it was granted exemption and things of that nature. And like I said, we had that National Recovery Fund, but we also had a government fund that was established, run through the Cayman Islands Development Bank. And Mr. Samuel Rose, the current Cabinet Secretary, worked with me, persons like Mr. Ludlow, Mr. Ludlow Buckridge, and others as well, and we accomplished quite a bit. And while there was a little bit of maneuvering there as well, we had situations where people would try to make arrangements with their contractors and say, okay, I'm going to get $15,000, but okay, you're going to charge $5,000 for this, whatever for this, but you're going to give me half of the money. So we had to be guarded against all of those things. And it's unfortunate that but some people may have been desperate where they needed the money as well. Not making any excuses, for them. But in any situation, you're always going to find people who are trying to outsmart the system, as well, and you have to be on the lookout for that. Folks, I hope that you enjoyed the discussion this morning. We need to have more and more of it. We need to hear more and more from you as well. We should not, in the month of September, stop just restrict our discussion about Hurricane Ivan to then, because we have learned a lot since, and still probably a lot more to learn as well. I want to thank all of you who participated this morning. Remember to join Sterling Dwayne Ebanks at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands, and I will head off to my GQ shoot. DJ Lynn, did you find that song that you can play? And if you want to, I think we should run Miss Susan's poem one more time after the break as well. Folks, please stay safe. God bless.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market, experience a world of choice.
Yesterday,
Today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
The Department of Tourism statistics show nearly 38,400 stayover tourists visited Cayman in July. This means for the year, there have been more than 289,000 stayover arrivals, which is an increase of nearly 10,000 passengers when compared to the first 7 months of 2023. China will, quote, gradually raise its retirement age for the first time since the 1950s as the country confronts an aging population and a dwindling pension budget. The top legislative body today approved proposals to raise the statutory retirement age from 50 to 55 for women in blue-collar jobs and from 55 to 58 for females in white-collar jobs. Men will see an increase from 60 to 63. China's current retirement ages are amongst the lowest in the world. And a baby hippopotamus is causing a fan frenzy in Thailand. Mudang, the name that roughly translates to bouncy pig, is a 2-month-old female pygmy hippo that is going viral online and attracting massive queues at the zoo. Visitor numbers have doubled since her birth in July, but the zoo's director has urged people to behave when they come to see her after videos emerged showing visitors mistreating the animal. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
The Health Services Authority would like to thank you, the Cayman community, for voting us the Best of Cayman Islands 2024 in 13 medical categories. As the largest and longest healthcare provider in the Cayman Islands, we have been caring for you for many generations, helping the people of our islands live longer, healthier, and happier lives. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you. For more information, visit hsa.ky or call 949-8600.
Hurricane Ivan struck Grand Cayman in 2004, mashing up all of the land with destruction galore. Howling winds at 165, it felt like 205. Thank God we're still alive. Remember them crabs that covered our yards? Them old people say it's a sign of a bad hurricane in time. Many fled on Cayman Air Jet, but don't fret, tourists will return to watch our sunsets yet. Ivan loomed for 36 hours. We prayed hour by hour, but out went the power. Crippled with fear as the water drew near. Wind, rain, and sea surge rushed in. Roofs flew high in the sky. All we could do was cry and sigh. Our prized possessions washed away before our very eyes, seeking higher ground from the storm's eerie cries. Places we knew, now unrecognizable. Everywhere I turned, I saw blue tarps. Ivan's mark unmistakable. Insurance man, don't be mean. Here's my claim. What do you mean uninsured? My eyes now sharp like a captain of the seas, scrutinizing every word with ease. With not a cent to pay my rent, mortgages due, we placed our hands under our chin, bowed our heads, giving thanks to Him. In the face of loss, we found our grace. In unity and faith, we embrace. Our trees once green, now uprooted and brown. The earth soaked and heavy from Ivan's pound. Demolished buildings, shattered dreams in its wake. It broke our hearts, but our spirit wouldn't break. The noisy hum of generators filled the air. We played dominoes beneath the open sky without a care. Cooking outside, sharing meals as time went by. Corned beef, sardines, and tuna fish not on our wish list, but it was surely our special dish. Ivan so harsh and unkind, rich and poor all in a line. What a sight to see, that's the way it came to be. Prices soared high, One bag of ice cost $3. Oh, it made me wanna holler. I tell you no lie. The mosquitoes, the fly, they all dance to the beat in this relentless heat. They looted my generator, placed a lawnmower instead. This thing peed my head. I cried out to the creator, please come to my defense. Emotions and humidity was intense. In the chaos of Ivan, nothing made sense. All around a mess, oh what a stress, but the people full of zest. Cayman will rise again with some help from our friends. East End, North Side, Bordentown, South Sound, and Georgetown gather round. Breakers, Peace Bay, Savannah Newlands, West Bay, and 7 Mile. We will rebuild. You hear what I say? Sports Prospect, Red Bay. Listen to what I say. We have to be strong. We cleared the debris, searched the rubble, found only soaked memories by the double. Cayman, we must unite, come together, love one another with all our might. Hurricane Ivan came with a force, left pure destruction in its course. But thank God we survived. Ivan was savage. It plowed through Grenada, Bonaire, Jamaica, and Grand Cayman, causing billions in damages. The Met Office, EOC, HSA, and Cayman Islands Fire Service, RCIPS, GIS, Cable and Wireless, Net News, Cayman Compass, and Radio Cayman all stood tall. God bless you all. Water Authority, CUC, and friends, you were a godsend. Thanks for the information, water, and light. Cayman Brack and Little Cayman played their part, opening up their homes and heart. Caymanians united like never before, a wonderful sight, strength at our core. After Ivan, we recovered swiftly, rebuilt stronger, flourishing together. We pray for shelter from future storms, for brighter dawns and peaceful norms. Cayman community on a gather near, with thankful hearts. Ivan's gone, skies are clear. Together, Cayman strong, year by year.
Ivan took a vacation, better yet a cruise. He started in Grenada, leaving it torn in more than 2. Then he cruised on to Dutch Bonaire, wrecking a boat when he passed through Bahamas. He did not spare. He had no fear or wares to share. Without that view to Jamaica he flew, but there he did not tarry. Cayman he must reach in a hurry. Yeah. Of all the places he had been, Grand Cayman was his dream. Crystal waters clear, beaches so serene, and folks up young and old, the many tales he had been told. Well, this and all he had to see. Ivan landed here, and he really didn't care. He stormed our beaches and those our sands, gave our seas a bellyache with his quake. He tornadoed our north and south sound, cleared the mangroves, dismantled our home. He had to go, but he lingered on, for so much damage he yet to be done. Well, of all the places he had been, Grand Cayman was his dream. Crystal waters clear, beaches so serene, the folks up young and old, the many tales he had been told, and this and all he had to see. He blew away all that he could, left us in the dark, no waters, no ride. Some people lost their pride, some man that thing left their hide. He left us stranded, red-handed. That's what happened when he landed. Entire landscapes he ended, and through God's grace, our life was spared. The terrible wrath of Ivan's fate. Of all the places he has been, Grand Cayman was his dream. Crystal waters clear, beaches so serene. The folks of young and old, the many tales he had been told, and this and all he had to see. Of all the places he had been, Grand Cayman was his dream. Crystal waters clear, beaches so serene. The folks and young and old, the many tales he had been told, and this and all he had to see. Of all the places he had been, Grand Cayman was his dream. Crystal waters clear and beaches so serene. The folks of young and old, the many tales he had been told, and this and all he had to see. Yeah. Of all the places he had been, Grand Cayman was his dream. Crystal waters clear, beaches so serene. The folks of young and old, the many tales he had been told, this and all he had to see.
RC Fusion.
Brought to you by TCE Paint Shop, 27 Godfrey Dixon Way.
RC Fusion.
The Georgetown Farmers Market. It's time you start eating local. The market at the Cricket Grounds. Proudly Caymanian and 100% fresh.
Call or WhatsApp 326-3379 for your free quote today. And the Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Housing, Infrastructure, Transportation, and Development.
RC Fusion.
Here comes the music.
Chasing
Good morning, everyone. This is 89.9 FM, the flagship station of the Cayman Islands. That was September as we kick things off. None but the hits from back then right here on your favorite station. Straight up to 12 o'clock. Happy Friday. Here's the Gap Band.
89.9 FM.
You were the girl that changed my world. You were the girl for me. You lit the fuse, I stand confused. You were the first for me, but you turned me off. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me, but you turned me on. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me. You were my thrills, you were my pills. You dropped the bomb on me. You turned me out, you turned me on. You turned me loose, and you turned me wrong. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me. But you turned me out, you dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me. Just like Adam and Eve, said you set me free. You took me to the sky. I've never been so high.